Okay, hi, my name's Steve, and I've got two questions to kind of start with. So can I see a show of hands for who reads books? Is that right? Okay, so most people. And then who else has a superpower? Anyone? Justin? I thought you would. Okay, so on the first one, basically I read a lot of books. I'm always really passionate about either books about people, but actually everything from psychology, engineering, business. If it's out there, I kind of tend to read it. And all of you kind of famous authors, everyone you can probably think of, I've probably kind of read their stuff. But then also on the next slide, which is my superpower, essentially I've always been very good at being able to kind of explode problems, look at how things work, who does what, how can you look at problems in different ways. Essentially, in business and then throughout my career, I've always been very good at kind of solving problems, doing different things, and actually applying that same superpower to either inventing new things. I invented a world first kind of financial fund a few years ago, but actually it's looking at problems in different ways to kind of help things move forward. So back to the kind of books. So again, I'm a big fan of a lot of books, but one thing I always found was that most books stay in their lane. So you'll have books on sales, strategy, marketing, management, etc. But all they do is stay in the same topic. And one of the things that I kind of found was actually if you took all this great information, mixed it up, you could actually make something much better than what you had at the start. So obviously I used kind of a baking analogy. And basically on that, one of the things I decided to do at the start of last year was actually I decided to write my own book. And from that, the first draft turned into the second draft, into the third draft. One of the things I also kind of noticed was that most of the kind of business books and the things that you read, I'm reading a book by a guy called Malcolm Gladwell at the moment, but they'll talk about the high level concept about what the book is about. Very few actually give you solid instructions, hence the image, to actually kind of how you put them in place. So one of the things I wanted to do was I wrote my own book, and what I wanted to do was kind of bring it all together, and that's called the Growth Strategy Roadmap. So essentially, after months of work, and I must admit it took a lot longer than I thought it would, was really kind of bringing together all of these topics from sales, strategy, marketing and management, mixing them all up, but actually each of them made each other better. And what I wanted to do was kind of write it all down, put it in one place, and then give it away. So this is free, and you can download this online. And what you have, this is the roadmap, so this can go on your wall or your desk, and you start on the top left. And this is free, so don't worry, you can download it. And you can work all the way through, and you can use the same concepts to either develop your business or your personal career, using all of the best techniques and topics from all of the kind of world's best speakers on different things. There are 16 different parts, and what each part does, it goes through your personal kind of brand, what you want to achieve, your aims and goals, sales, marketing, management techniques, taking the best from everyone. And then actually in part 16, I kind of bring them all together to show you how it works and how you can implement them. The most important thing is that it's free. So I do a lot of talks at schools and universities, and basically I wish I had this when I was 24, 25. I'm now 36, and it took me a long time to kind of go through the process, learn everything firsthand. Back in October, I decided to jump out of a plane, figuratively, not literally, but essentially set up my own. That for my last few jobs, I've been MD of Durham-based businesses, I've worked for big PLCs, often using the same techniques. But actually what I really wanted to do was work with different people, different individuals, some of whom are in the audience, to really help them develop their own personal business and career. Most of it's free, but actually it was really great, and it's really kind of humbling to actually work with someone on their journey. So I'm working with a company in Stockton at the moment, and they've basically brought me in to help them go from all the way where they are now to a sale in like 3-4 years time for the whole kind of journey. Ironically, even though I'm based in Lowell, my first customer was in America, actually in New York. And actually, it's that kind of thing of where often, actually in Proto is quite a good example, where we often forget how good we are at what we do, and actually there's a massive world out there that we can all kind of tap into. So what do I do? Essentially, I help companies increase revenue, increase profit, diversify into new markets, and a lot of it is actually using the techniques that other companies and other specialists use, but actually with on-the-ground, hands-on practical advice to kind of put it in place. Because for me, the big thing about business strategy is actually it's more about a toolkit. It's what do you have at your disposal, all of your skills, your knowledge and networks to actually have an improved business offer. It's not simply about having a plan. It is, but actually there's a lot of things that you can do which give you a competitive advantage over your marketplace. So again, it's trying to give you the toolkit to kind of move forward. But a big thing about a consultancy is that when I've had previous jobs, you always had non-execs that would come in and they'd criticise, and it used to piss me off quite a lot. And it was that balance where I think often, especially if you're SME marketplace, you actually want people to get their hands dirty, get involved and help you actually deliver the change that you want, not just tell you what to do. Essentially how I work is that I have, well, one company have signed me up for 4 years, but it's like an ongoing series of support. It could be a day a month, but actually ongoing support for your different sales teams, whatever it is you kind of need. I do bespoke kind of consultancy. A lot of you might know I do a lot of stuff on social media, LinkedIn, video, but again, what I'm trying to do is help you unlock your superpower. So you all go and do your own thing in the world. You'll know exactly what you do and what you're great at. If you ever need a sidekick or someone to help you, just to help you get that next step, or just someone to pick your brains out on something that you're looking to do kind of moving forward, please kind of get in touch. And if you do need any help, basically I'm here to help you, your company grow one day at a time. That's it.